Hey, how's it going? Um, so sorry about yesterday's video. I was kind of in a messed up headspace, and I'm gonna be honest. I think most of it was the fact that I was going off of maybe an hour of sleep. So, um, yeah, I wanted to actually share something really neat that happened today, and also something a little sad. But there's two different things, and I'm going to share them both. Because they both happened at the same time. I haven't really done a whole lot today, spare for this, so if this is the only thing that's in this video, I'm sorry. But I was out on my walk today, and, I figured I would just kind of just be out for a little bit, just kind of enjoy the sun, change up my schedule a little bit, or like my routine a little bit, and just kind of like, instead of making like a full lap around the park, I made it like halfway and decided, you know what, I'm just going to sit in the sun for a little bit, kind of just enjoy the breeze, take in just, summer air and everything, and just enjoy it for a little bit. I'm in fucking California, for God's sakes. I mean, might as well enjoy it for a little bit. I mean, Arizona is probably like 110, 130, 150, something. I don't know, 1,000 degrees. Um, it was hot as hell when I went recently, and it wasn't even technically summer then. But regardless, I was out just kind of enjoying it. Just changing up my routine. I walked to the long end of the park, which is hard to explain how that works, I guess. The whole park itself is kind of like a really big figure eight. Usually, I'm just walking like the one like little loop. I very rarely ever go to the other side of it, but I decided, you know what, fuck it. This time I'm gonna loop around and I'm gonna, uh, you know, walk that whole track and then come back and just try to make my way back home. And I usually try to avoid taking the same route home that I left. It's just for a paranoia reason, but it's whatever. Plus, usually walking back the way I do, I usually get to see this huge ass colony of cats. Um, and today I got to see something that was like 2 years in the making. Uh, there's this huge fucking colony of cats, like 30 plus at least, and they're like really good at just taking care of like local pest problems, like rodents and other such things, uh, roaches, stuff like that. um, and there's almost all of them are fixed, spare for one mama and her four kittens, and they have been trying to catch this mama for 2 years. She's been living in the uh, like bottom drainage gutter thing that was like broken and like goes through the entire like under duct work of like the house or whatever. I don't really know housing, so all I know is it's a hole in the bottom of the building that goes through the entire apartment complex flooring. And yeah, she's just been living there for 2 years, and she's had four broods of kittens. Fucking four in those 2 years. And they've caught all of the other kittens. All of them. Except for this batch and the mama. And I got to see that happen today. I was walking by and I saw them trying to set up the cage and everything. And this lady that I talked to, who's been trying to help out, like set the cages and everything. Um, yeah, she was just like setting up one of the cages, and it was kind of interesting to just like watch the whole process and everything like that. And we kind of just like stood aside. She had like the string and everything like trailed off to like the sidewalk. Um, because like the hole where the kittens come out is like in this like alleyway between buildings. Um, so yeah, we were just watching from the sidewalk, far enough away that they're not gonna get too suspicious. And the kittens start poking their head out, just kind of surveying the situation. And they kind of retreat back in. We start, thinking like, okay, well, it's whatever. They've been elusive this whole time anyway, whatever. And we start talking, me, her, and her friend, um, both of which at the moment are now spacing my mind because I'm a horrible person and I'm sorry. Um, but I was talking to both of them, and eventually it was just like me and one of them, and she was telling me like, she was like asking how it was and everything, and uh, I asked how she was, and she started kind of going into like a story of like how her sister started coming down with like cancer, and how she's like she's gonna be losing her sister very soon, and she had to take off work, and that her work might lay her off because of that. And honestly, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. It's weird from my personal opinion, kind of seeing it from the outside in, I guess. Uh, I don't usually know how to comfort people very well, so I gave her a hug, and I figured she needs a shoulder to cry on. She needs somebody to just kind of like hear her situation. So that's what I did. I just kind of helped out. I was like, look, hey, if a job's gonna lay you off because you're losing like your close family, they're not fucking worth it. They're not worth the time and energy that you have given them at all. That's ridiculous. That should be considered under like family emergency, and then that should be it. They shouldn't be able to ask any questions past that, like legally. But I don't know. Regardless, we started talking. I started comforting her, and like she decided she was gonna go leave and go feed like a further group of cats. And about then, the other lady starts walking back. She sees the whole group minus one kitten, and she just pulls the cord and just like drops the whole cage. And we rush over. She starts screaming for like the trapper lady that was apparently just hanging out close by, and she starts screaming for her. I go over, and there's just a scrambled fucking mess of just cats just trying to like escape this fucking cage. She rushes over, puts like a cinder block on top of it, make sure they can't get out, and yeah, it was an interesting little thing. And I've seen this cage just sitting here for a long time. Um, I don't know exactly how long, at least a year. So this whole like elaborate plan that they've been like working on, this trapper lady's been working at this for 2 years. They've been working at it for just like, about just as long, and they finally catch these cats. They get them all like separated in like separate cages and everything like that, just to make sure. And yeah, they're gonna go off, get them fixed, and then bring them right back because that's all they were trying to do. They've literally just been trying to fix them because, like I said, she's had 4 broods of kittens so far. Granted, all of them adopted, spare for this new batch, but that's because they've been very elusive. They still have one more kitten to catch, and the dad needs to be rechecked just to make sure that he is fixed. But yeah, that was an exciting little adventure that I didn't expect to be on today. I figured there was a reason I should be going out today, and I was like, against my better judgment, I don't want to go out today, but I really fucking need to because I haven't been doing what I said I was going to do, and I've been just home, brooding, and feeling bad for myself. So I need a little bit of sunlight and fresh air. Um, and yeah, so I went out and I had a, nice, amazing walk, some fucking time just sitting in the sun, just, you know, thinking about the positives, and I got to watch, this whole like elaborate scheme that's been going on for 2 years in the making, and I got to finally watch it just all come together, and just like the excitement of everybody was just so, I don't know, it was definitely different, I wasn't expecting it. I ended up getting the trapper lady's name and number, and yeah, she was telling me about how like there's like a smaller group of cats that's near us, but um, I think because I think I've mentioned Cookie before, or the little like calico that kind of lives near us that I feed every once in a while, and yeah, she I don't know if she's fixed. I really don't. So we might have to call her in 2 months' time, give or take, and try and see if she can get her fixed. But yeah, until then, I suppose I gotta try to make sure that Cookie's on a pretty regular schedule, because yeah, it helps. I also gotta tell the neighbors to back the fuck off, because if she's just eating all the time from like neighbors putting shit in her dish, that really help. So yeah, she's got to be on a pretty like dedicated schedule, and yeah, I know that the male that comes around here, Butch, he's fixed, um, but I don't know about the other like males in the area. No idea. But that was an exciting little adventure that happened today. Um, oh, as an odd bonus, and this is just like a weird personal like observation that there's this kind of like older gentleman that'll usually like hang out with those two ladies that I was telling you about who were like setting up the traps and everything. And I thought he didn't like me for the longest time because I tried to like initiate like a conversation and he wouldn't say anything, or he'd say very very little bit. Um, and he's always like just like outside smoking and just kind of people watching, I guess. Um, and when he figured out that like they caught all these cats, he actually came over and he said something. I don't know what he said, but he said it in French, like not like English student speaking like a little bit of French just because it's a convenient thing, like fluent France, like French. The guy was definitely from there, is what I'm saying. Like, I think I can understand why he wouldn't, speak too much to me because I don't speak French. I mean, I understand a little bit, but not, not enough. But yeah, it was an interesting little exchange because, like, he came over and, like, he said something to the main lady that actually like sprung the trap, and he said something in French. She said something back, and my brain just kind of clicked there for a minute. I was just like, "Oh, he's French. Shit! Now I feel like a dick." But it's fine. It was just weird because I wasn't expecting like somebody from France to be here. Like, not that it's wrong or anything. It's just I wasn't expecting it. I don't know. Like California's like of all places, I suppose. California, Florida, and maybe New York. I don't know. I don't know. It's a shorter trip, to be honest. Probably New York or Florida. But yeah, that was an interesting day. Um, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do for the rest of it. Probably just die. I don't know. I no sleep. I don't know. I'm probably gonna clean some stuff, take care of some stuff that I need to you know do. Just normal everyday shit that just bores the hell out of people that I kind of need to do because it's been too long. Cleaning, whatnot. So yeah. I'd say until then, peace.